Hi angels, Miss Quiet Queen, and welcome back. And as promised, this is the first installment to the high energy meals that I was talking to you about. I'm going to bring you the foods, high energy foods that get you on the right frequency to meet your guardians and things like that. But I thought first I'll bring you some herb teas. Now herb is a food, herb teas are a food, and you can use herb teas for so many different things. First of all, let me do my disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I'm not a physician. If you're feeling any kind of way, you need to go see your doctor, okay? And if your children are sick, you need to take them to the pediatrician. Having said that, herb teas are mainly used these days as a preventive medicine. Back in the day, before there was modern medicine, our foreparents and ancestors did use plants of the earth. And I'm going to show you, I want you to take a look at the variety of teas that I have right now. Can you see the front of them so they can see the words? Okay, I'm going to just talk about a few of them, and you can see they have a lot of medicinal purposes. I also have a book, or had a book called the Herbal Encyclopedia by Scott Cunningham, and for the life of me I can't find that book. So you can get it at www.megasbooks.com. Okay? Now, alright, now what I want to show you next, the first thing I want to show you is if you have issues with going to the restroom, there's several teas that you can use. The first tea I want to show you, and this is really good for children, is called slippery elm. Now slippery elm is a powdery substance. It looks like this. See that? It's just, it was a bark, and they ground it up really good. And what you do is you put it in some milk. You heat the milk up. You put, that's about half a tablespoon. I'm gonna put a little bit more. You put it in some milk with some nutmeg and some sugar, or you could use honey, and you mix it up. Now it looks like it defies, see how lumpy it is? It looks like it defies liquid, but just keep on mixing it and keep on mixing it. Slippery elm tea is really very tasty. And this is good for children. This is what I gave my children. Now you do what you want. I'm just making suggestions. Like I said, I am not a doctor, pediatrician, or physician, but this helped my children because, you know, children eat a lot of junk and they tend to get bound up. So slippery elm is like the mildest form of tea that you can use if you have issues with your bowels. Let me taste it. Oh my God, that is so good. I love slippery elm tea. It is delicious with that nutmeg. It's not, it kind of puts you in the mind of cocoa or maybe coffee, but it's in that lead, but it's different. That slippery elm tea, very reasonable. This was like $3 an ounce, but you get so much of it. Another one that you can use, this is for if you're graduating up higher, you know, as far as having to go to the bathroom really bad, is senna tea. Now senna tea is a lot stronger than slippery elm. I would not recommend that you give this to your children unless they're older. Now what I do with slippery elm is you take it and it's loose. This is loose. So you gotta really be careful, and you steep this. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's, you know, so use about a tablespoon and you steep it for about, you know, 20 minutes, okay? So I put some in my mortar and pestle, and you don't have to break up the leaves, but you can if you want. If you're making like a tincture to create and put, you know, make tinctures for magical reasons or amulets and things like that, you put it in your mortar and pestle and you smash it up and you add your liquids to it. But I'm going to get to that in just a few minutes. I want to show you one more tea that helps you with your bowel regularity, and that is Cascara Saegra. Cascara Saegra, angels, is the nastiest tea in the world. This is what it looks like. It's a bark, and it is bitter. It may taste like poison, but it's really not. It is the best tea you can drink if you have really bad bowels and you can't go. What you do is you put it in a bowl like this, preferably a glass one. You add hot water, about a cup, and you put the lid back on it and you let it sit. I can't even choke down a tablespoon, that's how bitter it is. You can use honey, you can use maple syrup, you can use fruit juice, you can use anything sweet to sweeten it up. It's not going to work. So you might as well just drink it plain and try to choke down a tablespoon. It works immediately and it works very well. Don't give it to children. Adults can't even handle it. Some people think, oh, I can handle it, I can handle anything. No, trust me, Cascara Saegra is no joke. But it is very potent. But I did want to get back to the slippery elm real quick. There is an author named Jethro Kloss. He wrote a book called Back to Eden. He talks about all these teas that you see here. And the special, one of the things that I really learned about him and slippery elm is that if you are a female and you have some female issues, you can take some of this tea. Let me see if I can do it. And you can put a little bit of water to it, and you can make like suppositories. And it takes a long time to do it, but I'll just mix it up while I'm talking to you. You make like a suppository, and you can use it, and he said, and you can insert it. You can make them little squares and insert them, and it helps for like yeast infections, odors, cramps, and things like that. See what I'm doing? How I'm mixing this up like that? Again, go to a doctor, find out what's best for you. But if you're interested in alternative things, you know, to help you out, this is what you can use. And it really does help for the female. See, whatever size that you want, it's up to you, you know. So you make that like a little suppository, and you let it dry, and that helps with lots of female issues. Okay, so that's the slippery elm. I wouldn't suggest that you do this unless you're at least 16 years old. Okay, now another some herb teas I want to talk to you about that I do not have. One is called Daminia. If you are interested in turning on your sexy, getting your sexy back with your spouse, or helping your spouse be more, you know, aggressive. This is a grown-up subject right now. Daminia tea is the tea to use. It's like an aphrodisiac, and it actually works. I had some, but I ran out because people will come over and whisper in my ear, can I get some of that Daminia tea? So I don't have any more, but I'm going to have to go and get some because it does really work. Get you some Daminia tea. Also, another tea that I don't have that I used all the time was called Dan Quai. It's a Chinese tea, and it helps the female reproductive system. I was told that I wasn't going to have children, and I didn't want to take no for answer, so I did some research, and you know how many people in China. So I found the Dan Quai tea, and I took it every day for a year. I made a sauce out of it, put it in my chicken. I drank it cold, I drank it hot. It was delicious. I had 2 children as a result. Also, I want to talk to you about my favorite tea, which is lavender. I don't have any more because every time I get some, I run out. So that's that. Now I want to talk to you about some tinctures that you can make. This I have is called Mystic Blends. It's called Guardian Angel Oil. You can make your own. I make this because it's cheaper, but I also buy it. Oh my God, it smells so good. What you do is you take oil. I have mineral oil. Mineral oil is a natural substance, as you know, and you put a little in here, like so. And you can take, let's use chamomile. This is soothing and it helps children too. It's very soothing, it's calming. It's one of the teas that's good for kids and it's good for anybody really, and it's loose, so you got to be careful. Here it is, chamomile tea. Always want to break up your tea a little bit in your mortar and pestle, but let's just say, for example, for the second time I did that. And you just put your tea in here. Okay, and you can also put fragrance in here. I don't have any, you could, like, if you have oil like dragon's blood oil or lavender scent or whatever, and shake it up. Let it sit for about 7 days before you use it. You can put it behind your ears if you want. If you buy it out the regular store to get this from, it kind of burns. So if you do it from home, it won't burn because you don't put all those other chemicals in it. But let it sit, and you can use it for different things. In this book that I have, that I was going to give this to Ray Shea, she won this book. In this book, it talks about the evil eye and people psychically attacking you and what you can use. One of the teas that they talked about is this tea right here. This is St. John's Wort. Weird name, but it works. It tastes okay, but you can also put this in a tincture. You can put it in a bottle like this along with some hot water, like so. You shake it up. It's talking to me. And you put a couple of drops in your bath water. Okay? See, what else? Okay, now, another tea that I want to tell you about. If you have a fever, fenugreek tea, go to the doctor first. But fenugreek tea is really good. It's very nutty, kind of licoricey, but mostly nutty. Smells so good to me. Hyssop herb is good for a calming tea that comes in fits. Red clover is good for blood purifier. Burdock root is good if you have like something wrong with your skin. Like my husband has poison ivy right now because he's been out in the yard all the time. But this is good for that. Milk thistle tea. My daughter had yellow jaundice when she was a baby, and I gave her a little bit of this, and it does help. I heard lemon juice also help for yellow jaundice as well. But again, that's something that you do want to talk to your doctor about. Make your decision and decide what you want to do. But lastly, I want to talk to you about Chinese green tea. This is supposed to relieve you diuretically if you have to. Number one, it helps you to go wee-wee. Chinese green tea also takes off the water weight and helps you to lose a little weight if you want interested in that. If you don't have any Chinese green tea by Alveda, then you can get Lipton. It does, you be up all night. So when you take any of these teas, especially the ones that have you go to do number 2, make sure you don't have to go anywhere the next day. I do want to tell you real quick about Goldenseal. This is in chia and Goldenseal. I don't know why they start putting in chia in it, but this is what people use when they want to pass a drug test, and I think companies are onto that now, and they find a way if you've been drinking this. But all of these herb teas can help out with that, but this is the main one that people have used for that. And I'll just show you real quick my incense that I have. Y'all know I love incense. This incense right here is lemongrass, and if you feel like you've been psychically attacked, lemongrass helps that, and it helps if you're feeling nauseous or have nausea. Lemongrass is good for that. Okay, so that is my herbal tea magic potion tincture haul. My fun video for the first installment of raising your vibration. All of these herbal teas can do that because they're from Mother Earth, and Mother Earth helps you to raise your vibration to get you where you want to go mentally. Thank you for watching. Angels, love you like a play cousin. Stay in the light. Bye.